Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Nate, and you are tuned in to the WASD 20. Oh, I've had so many names for this thing. Live 5,000 subscriber celebration extravaganza question and answer giveaway thing. There, we said it. Yeah, so welcome, everybody. It is great to have some of you tuned in here, and tonight we're going to be doing, as I kind of said in this little thing, we're going to be doing some map drawing. We're going to be doing some question and answer. I've got a lot of questions, so thank you everyone for chipping in with your questions. That was really cool. And yeah, for those of you who are watching this live, especially welcome to you. And I'm going to be doing the giveaway. I decided, I was like, oh, should I do it right out of the way, get it out of the way, or should I do it at the very end to make sure everyone watches? So I decided, well, whatever. We're just going to do it at 10:30 sharp. If I forget, you guys yell at me in the chat. Cool. Carl's in the house. Jake's in the house from Mini Terrain Domain. We got Ben Fisher, Sea Dude, Shadow Garland. Welcome, guys. And yeah, a bunch of other cool people. So yeah, awesome. So we're going to get going here. I'm just going to start off with some questions. And I think I told you guys I am really bad at multitasking. So like the thought of answering questions and talking while I'm mapping, I don't know if that's going to happen. So what I'll probably do is kind of, do a little mapping and talk about my mapping while I'm doing it. And then take a break from that and answer some questions. Maybe, 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, back and forth. Something like that is kind of what I'm envisioning here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And but I mainly want to answer some questions from you guys and just talk with you guys. And if we don't get to a whole lot of mapping, that's okay. I'll do some. And got some stuff I want to show you guys for sure. All right, so without further ado, let's get going on some questions here. Got my other laptop over here. I was messing around trying to get one camera on my mapping and one camera on me, but it's not going to work out the way I had hoped. So I'm just going to have to take my webcam here and put it on my mic boom, and it will be pointing down at maps for when we do that part. So yeah, it should be fun. So let's see. Take some good questions here. Mike the Piper, good old Mike the Piper. Check out his channel. He's got a newer channel. Has playing tabletop RPGs changed your outlook on video games? I think it has, and I think it's overall made me a little less interested in video games, certain types of video games. Like, honestly, I don't know if I would have gotten into Skyrim as much as I would have if I didn't, if I were playing tabletop role-playing games at the time. Really single-player, heavy narrative games that I usually was really drawn to. I don't know if those have as much a draw for me anymore. When I play video games nowadays, it's really interesting. I tend to play games that don't have much story, and games that are a lot of multiplayer games. So last year I got really into Titanfall. I've been really into Battlefield for a while, the Battlefield games, and now I'm playing Heroes of the Storm a bit, and Rocket League is another one I've been pretty into lately. There's not really much story to speak of, and you're just they're fun. So yeah, I've been playing some things, and I think it has, when I'm looking for a really narrative heavy experience and want to escape into a secondary world, I think tabletop role playing games are a bigger draw for me than video games now. So yeah, thanks for the question, Mike the Piper. Let's see. Besides tabletop stuff, this is from Very Cute GM. Besides tabletop stuff, what else do you do in your spare time? Well, I've got 3 kids, so that keeps me pretty busy. They are 6 years old, 3 years old, and 10 months old. I was looking down there to make sure I wasn't kicking my water. I don't actually have a kid down there right now. But yeah, that keeps me pretty busy, just hanging out with my wife and kids. And yeah, I used to be into sports, still play basketball once in a while. I like tennis, but I haven't played in years. And yeah, I play video games. Yeah, I've got a really old house. This house was built in 1900, so I work a lot on my house because there's always something going on. Yeah, good question. Let's see, next one. What are your favorite tabletop games? I got a lot of people asking me that. If you watch much of my channel, you probably know that it's D&D 5e. I had someone else ask me, I can't remember who it was. That's from Josh Bingham. Someone else asked me, what are my top 3? Well, I really haven't played all that many. I've played, I see a question here, Shadow Garland X. So like stuff like Destiny. Yeah, I haven't played Destiny, but I'm interested in it. I hear decent things. Sorry, getting sidetracked by the chat. So yeah, I think Pathfinder was my first, and that's kind of what got me in about a year and a half ago, a little less. And D&D I like better just because it's a little more streamlined, a little less clutter, I guess, and crunch, and things just seem to move a little quicker. And I just love the books. I'm into the aesthetics, so yeah, I really love the books and the art. So good. That honestly, like I've been very close to buying role-playing games at times, knowing I'm not going to play this game, but I love that art. It's just inspirational, and there's a couple that are on my list that I probably won't play, but I want to get them because the books look so dang cool. So yeah, Pathfinder, but I have played a little bit of Shadowrun, and it was okay. I've played 13th Age. If it weren't for D&D 5e, I'd probably be playing either 13th Age or Pathfinder. And Pathfinder was my first, and I might have stuck with that, but 13th Age is just kind of simplified, and I like 13th Age. It's pretty cool. But I'm kind of into the fairly traditional fantasy settings for the most part. I do have Fate here. Fate Accelerated, rather, and I've got the PDF of the actual Fate core. So I'm interested in trying that. And my wife is not super into role-playing games, so I'm toying with the idea of trying something a little more modern, a little more maybe even future, I don't know, something like Secret Agent-like, Tomb Raider-like, Uncharted type stuff, or I don't know. So anyway, I'd probably use Fate for that. Got some questions in the chat here. How much is playing in the Provokers with Matt Juice Barker and Tim influenced your role-playing, both as a player and a DM? Oh, a lot. I mean, yeah. I hadn't role-played much before that. So a lot, definitely. Those guys just, especially Barker, I think, kind of set the bar for all of us. We were like, oh, okay. Like Juice, I think, had done a lot of role-playing before. Tim said he pretty much hadn't done any real role-playing before. And then obviously Matt is a great GM. So yeah, that helps a lot. And as a DM too, watching other DMs do their thing. That's the great thing about playing online. Watching other DMs do their thing really has helped me. Yep. There's some great DMs in the RPG Brigade, the One Shot Group, and other communities. So yeah, props to those groups. And if you're not a member of the RPG Brigade, check it out. It's on Facebook. Just search it. The One Shot Group, same thing. Tabletop RPG, One Shot Group. Ty DeWitt asks, what tools do you use for making NPCs? Nothing real formal. I sometimes will consult roll charts and roll some characteristics. The DM screen for 5e is great. But I usually just make a little note card. If that, sometimes I'm not a great planner, so sometimes I make up NPCs on the spots, which I probably could do a better job if I planned ahead a little bit. But yeah, Ben, I agree. Full character sheet, not a great use of your time. Unless you're, sometimes you have a NPC that the player might control for part of it, and that can work. I tend to shy away from it, but I have had it before when I've had like just 2 players. I gave them another NPC to control. So, yep, Ben, I agree. Benjamin. All right, let's see. Simon McGee. There's some great emoticons here, guys. Talent. All right. Let's take a look at some mapping a second here, and I will definitely take more questions. And you guys keep an eye on that clock and remind me when it hits 10:30, and we'll do our little giveaway. I should show you what I got for the giveaway too, because I've talked about it, but I haven't actually shown you guys. Sorry for the shaky cam here. See if we can get this without like unplugging anything. This is getting a little hairy. There we go. cords everywhere. So again, I was hoping to get this all slick and working well with, oh, here we go. There's the camera. With two different cameras. I've got my MacBook and my webcam in my PC, and I was hoping to do a Hangout with myself with two different accounts, but it doesn't show one in the corner anymore. It just switches back between two of them. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. So here's a map that I've been working on. This is a map. Let me see if I can get a little better lighting and focus. Lighting. And see if I can focus a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's see. Javen Brower's asking if there was Gov homework. No Gov homework, guys. Some of my students tuning in. Shout out to Grand Rapids Christian High School students. And guys, I'm not going to be in school tomorrow because I'm staying up late doing this instead. No, I'm kidding. I've actually got a sick kid. Unfortunately, I got a kid who had a really high fever when he went to bed tonight. So I'm gonna need to stay home with him tomorrow. He can't go to daycare like that. All right, so here's a little map that I've been working on for my good buddy Barker. I'll show you what he gave me. Hope he doesn't mind me showing this. But this right here is, he just took a photo of this, not a scan, his map, and he wanted me to map out this area. He's mapped out various parts of his world, and this is just, I think, one of the parts, Eastern Ankea. And so this part right here is what he wanted me to map out, and it's going to be a gnomish area. So mostly, or at least it used to be a gnomish region of his world, Ankea. If you don't know about his world, check out his channel, Be a Better Game Master. And he is running a game right now called The Winds of Cerceline. Not right now. Don't go check. Stay tuned in here. Not right now. I mean, he runs a campaign there. They had their last session on Friday night, and I tuned in. It was awesome as usual. All right. So where's my pencil? This is ridiculous. I had a mechanical pencil, and now I can't find it. Got this one. Oh, boy. I'll do a little more searching before I give up on that good pencil. Well, this is embarrassing. And I had a pencil sharpener here too. Unbelievable. I can't find a decent pencil anywhere. Gah! Oh, I found it. All right. And it's not even a fancy pencil. It's just a plain old mechanical pencil. I probably found it on the floor of my classroom. Mini terrain domain. When am I going to launch a campaign? Man, I hope I can soon. It's really hard. Like, you'll probably hear my daughter crying at some point, and that's the main issue. Like, I can't run a campaign till after I go to bed. I can't run games till after the kids go to bed. And so that's, around 7 or 8. I can probably 8 is usually pretty safe. 9 is safer. And then they're still in the stage where they wake up a lot. And if my wife's already in bed, she's got to work early the next morning. That's pretty hard for me. So, yep. I hope I can run an online campaign soon. In-person campaign, I don't know. I'm in Juice's home game, and that's been fun. But yeah. All right. Carl, someone scroll back in the video and find out where the pencil went. Awesome. All right. So here's what I've been messing with. This right here is going to be ocean, water. And this right here is a river and another river and another river. And Barker has kind of a thicker river style than mine. And I like it. I think I'm going to move to that more. And then he didn't have any forests or anything in here. He did have this mountain range, lots of mountains in Ankea. And I am hoping to maybe do a little more mountains here and there, just to kind of vary it a little bit. But for the most part, they're going to be where they are. And then you notice I got 2 different tree styles. This is a rough draft. This is something I've just been toying around with, and I was actually working on it while watching Sir Celine the other night. So I've got this style, which is closer to what I've done in the past. And then I've got this style right here, which is what I'm experimenting with. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Which one would you go for? I've already decided. Top or bottom? Let me know in the chat. All right. So, yeah, this is something I've got to mess around with here. But right now I'm going to kind of decide on some good placements for cities, towns. All right. And so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a town in this river here. And for towns, and again, this is a rough draft. I don't quite trust myself to do a good job final draft wise. This way I can color with pencil nice and, hard, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to color lightly for now, shade lightly. But so for towns, I usually like either a single tower or just kind of a house like that. All right. The single tower, maybe I'll do one of those up here. Something like that. And now I can't remember how I do it. Let me pull out my. So this is a map I made of Juice's Homebrew World, and I have a video on doing that from start to finish. You should go check that out if you're interested. But oh yeah, I usually do a little flag on top, but you can see I vary them quite a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna do that style right here. Little town, a little wider base. So something like that is how I usually do that. Ben says either could indicate the level of forest, bottom more spread out, top of forest. Yeah, my wife looked at him. She said both. Mike the Piper, natural roads to connect for trade. Yeah, roads are good. Let's see. What else are people saying here? Bottom if it's a small zoomed in map, and bigger one if it's on a national scale. People are liking the top. Sorry guys, I already chose the bottom. I'm trying it. Barker really liked it, and that's what matters. He's commissioning me to do this map, and I like it too. Yeah, but my wife said just do both. But I really do want to stick to a consistent style. This is fairly zoomed in for him, and I got to ask him maybe even if he wants the mountains a little bigger. But yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Got to place a couple more towns here. So I think there should be probably a major city on this waterway. Now you could do kind of like the Twin Cities thing, like with Twin Cities, Minnesota, for all you Americans out there, all you fellow Midwesterners represent. But I think I'm going to pick one. And the way I do that in general, 2 towers. Okay, so again, this, just kind of getting a feel for where things might be here. This right here, these are some ruins. And yeah, some ruins in the forest. And I think I'm also going to do a mine right here. So this town is going to be a mining town. The way I do mines is just super simple, kind of just an icon almost for what a mine might look like, a little cave. Nothing fancy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him if he wants roads on this, but yeah. Oh, we got a couple of Michiganders up there. Yeah. Let's see. Ben says, in other words, the drawing could indicate the density. Yeah, definitely. You ever take a look at the fantasy age system? Yeah, Ty, I have, and it's one of those things where I'm really interested in it, actually. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not, I feel like I don't need another fantasy system right now. That's the big thing. Alec, where did I become so good at drawing maps? I'm just a doodler, man. Someone asked me in the chat in the questions, what's the best map you've ever made? I've made one map, folks. Well, okay, I made this one. This one's probably the best. I don't know. I like it because it's finished. It's the only one I've ever finished. But my homebrew map is coming along nicely. There's a couple things I've learned here that I'm not so incredibly happy with that I learned from doing Juice's map. But it's getting there. Like, I think I would have probably done the forest a little different. Sorry, I'm having trouble positioning this because my webcam is reversed. But yeah, it's coming along for sure. The coastlines, I don't like how it's all kind of, I don't know. It just seems like there's not a ton of variety. I really like the shape, for example, of Juice's, like, excuse me, Orc's Arrow Peninsula. So cool. Yeah. Anyway, go check out Tabletop Gaming with Juice on YouTube. He's a good buddy of mine and playing his homebrew, his home game. So cool guy. And this one, someone asked, are you going to be selling maps or no, not selling. You're going to have them for download. I probably will eventually. This one right here is I'm going to give to Juice, and that's up to him. I think he had talked about making it just like a pay what you want PDF and doing some more. But mine, yeah, I might do that, or I'll probably just, when I'm done, actually just upload it onto my videos or onto my website, wasd20.net. Yeah. All right. Drink of water here. I spilled my water right before going live. That's why I was late. I spilled it into one of my heating vents. Real slick. All right. What else can we do here? Let's see if we can find some other cities. I think we're going to have one right up here. Yeah. And then let's see. Put one right here too. We'll put a town right here. And I've got to maybe get a little more info from Barker as I'm doing this. I'm thinking like, well, how populated is this area? Who lives here now exactly? Because I know that gnomes used to live here. And he's given me a lot of creative control here to do this stuff, which is cool. I appreciate it. It's kind of forcing me to be creative rather than, well, yeah, it's good to force me to be creative because I feel like I don't do that enough since I'm not running a game right now regularly. I'm not doing enough of my own world building. So it's really cool of him to want me to do this and also say, hey, do what you want to some degree. Yeah, I think I'll put a little city on this coast here, natural bays, but I have one right there already. So maybe I'll do one right here, kind of on the mouth of the river once again. Seems like a smart place to have a city. So once in a while I do switch things up and do a different style for my cities, and I'll show you an example of that on Juice's map. Yeah, it's hard for me to see with this mic booming my way. So I feel like I'm glad this is just the rough draft and I'm just kind of in the planning phases still. I'm sorry you guys don't get to see like some super polished thing here, but I warned you, bad at multitasking. But yeah, if you have a pretty consistent style for most of your cities, like, I don't know, this I kind of think of this style right here as like the human city, the typical mostly human city. But there's some variation here. This one I did little tiny windows, which you can probably hardly see. Yeah, this one right here is kind of an elven city. So yeah, I just did it a little more elegant, sweeping lines, and it's white instead of colored in, right? And then Elda, there is the biggest city and oldest, I believe, too. And the Eastern Dwarven territories, I don't know the name of that Dwarven stronghold there, but tried to do walls. I'm not totally satisfied with how it turned out, but it's decent. I tried a couple different styles, and it was getting late. Compass Rose. I'm thinking I'm gonna change that a little bit. Barker's wife is making a diplomacy board. I think he took a picture of it on his channel page. You can go check that out. And he shared that with us, and I saw a picture of the Compass Rose his wife did, and I was blown away. Sorry, folks, I'm gonna change the webcam here. If you're motion sick, just close your eyes for a minute. Yeah, really cool Compass Rose. And she, oh man, the whole board is really cool. She did some cannons and boats. Super cool. So yeah, it's 10:30. Yep, you're right, Alec. It's 10:30. All right. Yeah, let me at least finish my sentence. Gosh. So yeah, I really like the Compass Rose on that map, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna try to emulate that to some degree. And I don't know if he wants one on his map. I haven't even asked him yet, but yeah, for Juices, I might try to improve it a little. I just did this freehand, and it's, you know, it's not great, but it's okay. All right. It looks like we're in focus, even though I didn't have to change anything. Good. So the giveaway. I forgot I was going to show this off earlier too as a tease, but I didn't get a chance to tease you. So this is a set of Dwarven dice, and it's from Q Workshop. Now these are not like the super expensive ones. I'm not that generous, but yeah, I thought, you know, you guys have been so supportive of my channel, and yeah, it's the least I can do is give a little something back. So yeah. To be fair, you did say to scream it at you. Yes, I did. I'm behind in the chat, guys. Let me hold on here. I'll get caught up later. You guys are waiting for me to give away these dice. All right. So what I've got here. Oh, I should screen share this. Yeah, so we know it's legit. Sorry, I have it pulled up on my laptop, but I don't have it pulled up elsewhere. So let me get this here. And I will screen share my list of commenters. Now, this was as of a few hours ago on my announcement video, and that's how we're doing the giveaway, okay? So I'm sorry if you're in the chat here and you're like, oh, I missed my chance, but yeah, I released that video a few days back, and I mentioned it there. Sorry. All right, go to my recent documents, giveaway. And we're going to screen share. Giveaway. Share. All right, now, yep, okay, good. So we're going to do the random number generator. I know I'm a gamer. I should be rolling dice, right? But I don't have 100 people, and I don't want to have to re-roll and all that stuff. So we're just going to do it this way. This will be easy. The number of people I have here, 59 comments as of a few hours ago. Some of you see your names there. Ooh, could it be you? Okay, sorry. So we got 59. And make sure people are not losing it in the chat here. Okay. And oh, shipping, folks, I forgot to mention. So yeah, I didn't really think the international shipping thing through. I am willing to do international shipping, but I'm not willing to go. I'm just going to go to the post office, and if it's under $20, I will ship it. Okay. I have no idea. I'm totally ignorant of shipping costs, but I think that's going to get it to some places around the world, but maybe not every place. So sorry. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pick 3, just in case one of them is too far in the shipping, or in case that person doesn't get back to me. So the deal is, you got to, if it's you got to contact me within, let's say, by Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There we go. Here we go. 3. Wow. Josh Bingham, winner. All right. I'm going to pick 2 more just in case Josh is, in Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah, keep it at 59. 28, and we'll do another one. 55, 28 and 55. 28 and 55. So first alternate will be Ethan Secret X and 55. Ambrose Brown. So if you guys want to PM me your address just in case, you can. But yeah, you want to PM me that through YouTube, or you can go to my Facebook. WASD20 is the name of the community on Facebook. Just search it on Facebook. And I think if you like the community, you can then send me a message that way, or you can send it directly through YouTube. So congratulations to Josh. I'll be hopefully shipping these your way. Is Josh in the chat here? Probably not. Yeah, okay. Hi, Micah. Let's see. If you ship to China, that'd be funny. Ship to America, only get it shipped back. Yeah, they shipped from, well, they're made in Europe somewhere. Let's see. Poland, made in Poland. Ben, your other name is not Josh. Liar. All right. Any other questions here? Bruno, I'm glad my tutorials have helped you, man. Oh, here's a good question from Miniature and Domain. Why hand-drawn maps over using Photoshop and mapping tools? Full disclosure, I asked this while individually forming hundreds of bricks on my current build. Yeah, you're a very, what do you call it? Oh, I'm still sharing my screen. Sorry, guys. I can show you my face again. Hopefully I didn't embarrass anybody there. No, you're all commenting in public. Why would that be embarrassing? All right, but anyway, yeah, I don't know Photoshop. I want to learn. I use GIMP sometimes, but I'm not very good at GIMP. So yeah, GIMP is a free version of Photoshop, and I recommend people check it out. It's pretty cool, but that's coming from someone who hasn't used much of Photoshop. So yeah. Anyway, yep. All right. Before I forget, I got to highlight these people. So let's see here. How do I highlight? Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to highlight. Fill color. There we go. Josh Bingham was my winner. Ethan Secret will make my alternates orange. And then we have to go red for number 55, Ambrose. Okay. Sorry, folks. I just have a terrible memory. Like if I were a waiter or waitress, I would not be one of those people who could just get away with going by memory. Right out. All right. Yeah, I don't know digital tools, but I'm hoping to learn some of that stuff. I really am. Yeah, eventually. I got a lot to learn about a lot of stuff. So, yep. We'll see. More questions here. Making a globe of my world. That'd be awesome. But I don't have enough of it yet. That'd be so cool. I would love to see it if someone has a globe of a fantasy world. I don't know if I've ever seen a globe of a fantasy world. So yeah, go find one for me, folks. Like an actual physical globe would be sweet. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, what YouTubers do you watch that also do tabletop RPG stuff? Yeah, and they said, other than the Provokers, I think they said. So yeah, the Provokers are Tabletop Gaming with Juice, Tabletop Terrors, A Fistful of Dice, and Be a Better Game Master. And I want to give them a shout out because I love their stuff. But other than that, oh man, there's a lot. I don't watch as much as I would like to. Some of my favorites are, I like Drunkens and Dragons quite a bit. He's got a good sense of humor. He just cracks me up every time. And sometimes he's got some really deep stuff. Yeah, often he does. And he's got sweet terrain. What else? There was another one that I had in mind when I saw this question that, I like Draven Swiftbow a lot. He's just kind of a cool, mellow guy. Yep, and he's a D&D guy. But there was someone else I was going to mention. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. All right. Let's see. We're going to go with... so that was from Dynasty. Thank you, Dynasty. Maxwell Dodd, what do you do when your DM keeps canceling last minute? I don't know. Learn how to DM. That's my advice. And invite your own friends. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, scheduling is one of the toughest things about gaming. It's the reason I hardly ever get to play. I do the provokers, and I'm had to drop out of Juice's game temporarily. Hopefully, I'll be back doing that very soon. People ask me to play in one-shots all the time, and I always have to turn them down. So there will come a time when I will be gaming a lot more, but that time is not now. Maybe soon. What do you think about the gameplay and storyline of Titan's Grave? I've only watched, I think, the first 3 or 4, but I liked it. Yeah, it was good for what it is. It's not super immersive, which I was kind of expecting it to be more immersive since they are actors. I think, most of them are actors or voice actors. So yeah, I was expecting a little more of that, but they're trying to be funny and lighthearted, and that's a good part of gaming. Here's what I really think about Titan's Grave. I think it's awesome that it happened. I think that's so cool that it happened, that there's a show you can go and watch, really well produced, tabletop role-playing game, just a mini campaign. I think it's cool that it happened because it gets more exposure for the hobby and gets more people interested. I showed my wife, and she was, it changed her mind a little bit about tabletop role-playing games and the type of people who play them. Now, maybe it's sad that it took that to do it, but anyway. Yeah. When did you play your first RPG? About 1.5 years ago. Favorite class? I have a soft spot for the cleric. I'm kind of a helper. I'm a people pleaser, so I like to heal people. It feels nice to heal people. Magic items, love them, hate them. And how often as a DM do you like handing them out? That's from Overkill. I don't hand out a ton of magic items. I feel like I probably should more, give my players good loot. But yeah, I think that I like it from time to time. Like if I'm thinking what's good for magic items, I don't know. A magic item once every level or 2 would be cool. I don't know. Yeah, or even maybe no magic items till you hit level 3 or 4 or 5. And then a magic item every 5-6 sessions. A little something. It doesn't have to be, not even a magic item, just something really cool. That's my thing. It's like, I don't care if it's a magic item or not. Like, I just want something awesome. And I like to give my players cool things. So, yep. Mini terrain domain. What scene, encounter, location, or vehicle vessel would you most like to see crafted in miniature from the provokers? So go check out Mini Terrain Domain on Facebook, because he crafts amazing stuff, and he's crafted stuff that we've talked about. And I think that it would be cool to see a scene with the troll, and I'm terrible with remembering names and stuff. But the troll, the last good troll or whatever who we encountered in Shadevale. His troll cave with his cauldron of tea and all that stuff. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Or the boneyard too. I mean, that was right in the boneyard. So it's all these old bones. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The elevator, man. I didn't used to have. My sister used to have a Barbie Townhouse. Okay, it was me. It was the Ninja Turtles apartment, and it had an elevator, so you could take that and spray paint it. Barbie Townhouse. Go find it, Jake. The elevator scene was pretty awesome and intense. So that's from the Provokers. Session 4 or 5, I don't know. Let's see. Roger Farley. How do you role play a conversation between a villain and party? I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, same way you role play any encounter. Ideally, it ends in a fight somewhere, if that's what you want to happen, right? So it's intense and you have a little bit of banter, but not too much. Sometimes you just want to get into the fight, and you don't want a villain that gets too chatty. You know, I'm thinking of like Austin Powers, or I don't know what, where I don't know if it was Austin Powers, but anyway, you know, the chatty villain who's just aha, you know, and it's like, now sometimes you just want that villain to, there he is, there she is, right? Ah, and freak your players out, and it's on, right? Yeah. So that's my thought on that. Let's see. Pro tip for getting players to role play more and immerse themselves in the world. As a DM, you know, you have to be immersed, and you have to lead by example, I guess, is a huge thing. And then sometimes you got to understand that, you know, not every group is going to really take to it as easily. And some groups, it might just not be their style ever. And so sometimes you got to think about finding a new group, or just keep on encouraging it. Depends how patient you are with that, or how much you want really immersive role playing. In terms of the world, you know, you can give them bits and pieces, but it has to be reciprocated. I think Sam from Chalice and Chains did a good video about this once, and I totally agree. Go check his channel out. He said something about like, you know, he was laying out all of his stuff and like communicating, and they just, it was clear that like people weren't even reading this stuff. And so, yeah, I think, you know, at some point you just got to say, all right, it's not that kind of group. So, oh, well, that's okay. Yep. In terms of time, just so you guys know, I was planning to go to 11 or 11:30. So, hey, if you guys want to stick around and I'm still having a good time and I'm not totally tired, we can go another 45 minutes. But if things are slowing down around 11 and I feel like I could use some sleep, I might do that. So yeah. Let's see. I'm going to look at the live chat now. Let's see. Yeah, not something that would work extremely well in Miniland. Agreed, Ben. Yeah, the elevator scene would be tough. And the boneyard would be tough too, but maybe just that troll's hut sort of thing. I don't know. That could be kind of cool. Or a cave. I think it was like a hut. How do I scroll down to see? Okay. Where do you start when you make a campaign? Yeah, that is a big question. You start, when you're world building, you start with a city. You start with a town. Yep. Run an adventure from that town. And maybe you want to have some ideas in mind about where it will go from there, but don't overwrite it. Just kind of take it as it comes, and eventually you do need to have some kind of overall narrative, or else it's just going to feel like, hey, we're wandering around killing monsters and raiding caves and dungeons. And some people, that's okay, but for me, I do like a storyline where it's, you know, something bigger. There's a cause. There's something that we're really fighting for, or pushing for. So yeah, but, you know, start with the town. Start with a dungeon, a quest, and from there, 2 or 3 towns, a big city, some geographical features, and start world building a little bit, and make interesting NPCs. And if you do that, sometimes a campaign can form from those NPCs' backstories. I did, you know, I mentioned this when I did the, right over there, I've got the Out of the Abyss, the new adventure module, and man, it was so inspiring to read, like, just the NPCs for me. They've got, like, I don't know, 12 prisoners that these, the player characters are with as they've been captured by the Drow. And each one of those backstories really inspired me and made me think, like, oh, I could see this, like, I could run a campaign just reading this guy's backstory. It was really interesting how it did that to me. It was really inspirational. Yep. Let's see here. Oh, Chloe Utley. You had comments disabled, by the way, Chloe. There's a way. I get this all the time. Comments on my videos that I can't respond to. So, folks, check if you can see like a way to reply to your own comments. Great. If you can't, like, you got to do something in Google Plus. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but if you do, type it in the chat. It's something to do with Google Plus. But now that they're untying that from YouTube a little bit, I don't know what the deal is. But it's frustrating when I see a really good question, I can't respond to it. Like I can, but I don't know if they're going to see it, right? Josh, yes, you are here, and I'm glad you won, man. Cool. Yeah, send me your address, Josh. You can PM me via YouTube or Facebook. But send it to WASD20. I try to, I'm sorry, guys, I try to keep my Nate Vanderzee Facebook page more for like personal and family stuff. But WASD20 on Facebook is a good way to keep in touch with channel stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. So his question, though, my question is about enemy hit points. The manual lists them as hit points 7, 2d6. Should I go with half plus 1, i.e. the 7, or actually roll for hit points? I always just go with what they give you. Sometimes, you know, you can vary it a little bit, but I always just go with what they give you in the book. And, you know, hey, that's, you know, don't don't forget that you can easily just take a monster and totally reskin it, totally change it. Don't be afraid to do that. You know, it can get a little, you know, pretty soon the first level party's fighting a red dragon because you reskinned it, right? But whatever, if you have fun with that, go for it. Yeah, I had that trouble with my brother. I actually ran a campaign or a two-shot for my brother and my good friend who had never played D&D before. And I know my brother's super into monsters, and I really wanted a vampire. But man, vampires, like 2-player characters, I think they'd probably have to be level 12 or something like that to take on a vampire. Things are tough in 5e. So you could do Vampire Spawn. Or, yeah, I thought about reskinning it, but it's like, I don't want them to have to worry about a 10th level character, and I don't want to reskin a vampire. So I think I did a werewolf instead. That's what I did. Yep, I did a werewolf instead. My brother is into those classic monsters, man. Favorite set of dice. I've got some. They're up there, and I don't feel like getting them, but they're the purple and gold. They're my very first set of dice from Chessex. Kind of like, I don't know, they look like a wizard's cloak. Yeah. Oh, fine, I'll get them. I'm going to get back to some mapping in a minute here, guys. Here's one of them. Here's another one. Yeah, they're nothing real fancy. They're not expensive dice or anything, but I just love the sparkly. They're kind of girly, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. Purdy. Anyway, that was my very first set of dice. Actually, I might have gotten the free ones in the Pathfinder beginner box first. Got it back there. I can't remember. I feel like I got these ones first. Someone asked about first RPG I played in, and I'm going to move the camera while I do this. So if you're motion sick, close your eyes. Sorry, I'm sensitive to that because my mom gets like very motion sick. Like, she cannot play first-person shooters. I was trying to get her to play Call of Duty with me the other night. She owns it, but she just won't. No, I'm just kidding. My mom does not play Call of Duty, and neither do I. All right. Let's get this map thing going here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to work on that compass rose I was talking about. Gotta adjust this. All right. And I'm gonna pull up the image that I yanked from Barker, or his wife rather, and work on this for just a couple minutes. So she had something pretty cool with hers, and it is, I wish I had a compass, but I don't. So I'm just gonna lightly sketch this for now. I have a compass in my classroom, but Not at home. But yeah, Barker's wife just free-handed this stuff with wood burner. Crazy. Loved it. Okay, so we've got a bit of an outer circle there. And we're actually going to make another one. Outside that. And I should be doing some questions while I'm doing this. Man, my students are joking around here. You guys simmer down or I'm going to have to kick you out. What made me start doing RPG videos is a question from Marnaz. I don't know. I just kind of got into it. I wanted to document my progress, and I just, document my journey, I guess, into. So it started kind of more vloggy, and yeah, I still do that sometimes, but I like to help people too, and I like to teach people things. So as soon as I learn something, I'll try to teach it, even if I'm not very good at it yet, which is why my early character creation videos are full of errors. Not full of errors, but there's usually a couple. And people point them out in the comments, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, guys. Let me see here. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get the everything on screen that I need. Gotta move stuff around here. Man, 25 people. You guys are awesome. 25 people watching my hand right now while I try to fuss around with my screen to get this. Okay. There we go. And can I see the chat? Okay. I can almost see the chat. I need 4 monitors, guys. Freehanding circles like a boss. Yeah, so anyway, the channel. And, I started doing some video game stuff. I think my first video might have been a video game, like a Let's Play. Just kind of my impressions. I think it was Transistor. Then I did some headphone reviews, and those headphone reviews, like one of them just got insanely popular, and it was weird. And that was my biggest my most viewed video for a long time. It was like this headphone review that I did. And yeah, then I just, I knew I wanted, obviously in the title, WASD is the PC part, if you didn't know that. So I could do some PC gaming stuff here and there. I plan to, actually. Got these new pens, and I'm trying to get a feel for which one will be good for me. So this one is 08. That's going to be way too big. 03 might be good. Yeah, we'll do an 03 for now. So this is a little more oval here. Like I can tell it's a little taller, so I might try to we'll just go with it. But yeah, the headphone review got really popular. So I got a new headset. Oh, I had some white out there. Yeah, so I messed up and smeared. Anyway, I will probably end up scanning this, or Juice will, into Photoshop or GIMP and touch it up that way, because there are some things I want to try to fix. And whiteout is not a great solution. And then I did some RPG stuff according to my plan, which, again, that was the original plan: video games and role-playing games. And this is really oval. It's going to be okay, guys. It's going to be okay. Yep, and that's wider down there. It's gonna be okay. Juice, if you don't like the compass rose, you can just cut it off, man. And again, terrible at the multitasking. And yeah, I just have really enjoyed the RPG stuff a lot more because, well, I don't know why. Yeah, it's a new passion of mine. So that's mainly what I focus on now. And honestly, it's just part of it is too. I kind of go with what people enjoy. And if I do a let's play, people probably aren't going to watch it. That's just the reality. I'll probably get a couple hundred views maybe. Maybe that's dumb that I'm thinking like, well, what are people going to watch? But I put in a lot of time into videos. That's why I don't do more than one a week pretty much ever. And I only want to do that if people are going to benefit from it. And there are so many people out there doing let's plays that it doesn't seem worth it. But sometimes I think, if I'm playing a video game anyway, I might as well just record it and throw it up on YouTube. But I don't want to clutter my channel too much. I don't want to anger you fine people out there into unsubscribing. But I will do an occasional video game. You can plan on it. I'm getting Sword Coast Legends. Someone asked that, and someone asked if I was going to do a review. Probably not a review, but I'll probably do an impressions video, a little let's play. Might even do some multiplayer stuff because I know Matt Click's getting it for PC as well. I think it's only for PC actually. So yeah, that should be cool. But yeah, let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Carl, yes, I am. Just answered your question. And what was D20+1's comment above? Remember, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Thank you. Bob Ross lives on. If you guys haven't seen the Bob Ross, speaking of channels that I watch that aren't role-playing game related, Bob Ross has this. There's this video of Bob Ross. I think they're actually PBS videos. You should go check them out. There's one of Mr. Rogers, and they're like auto-tune songs of things they've said, and I swear I cry when I watch those sometimes. Okay, they make me teary-eyed there. That's more honest. They make me teary-eyed. Yeah, so, yep. Good night, Javen. Fallout 4. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get it like anytime soon because I've got Sword Coast Legends and then I've got Star Wars Battlefront, and I just don't have that much game time, especially if you guys want videos ever. And I do want to make videos sometimes. So yeah, I better skip that one for now, and I'll probably maybe get it in the spring if things are slowing down, or the summer might be a good summer game. I have seen the John Cena meme. Yes. Oh wait, which one? Funny man. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, the PBS videos, autotune, Mr. Rogers. There's Julia Child too, which I'm never a huge Julia Child fan, but it's pretty good. And then there is Bob Ross, and yeah, the Bob Ross one gets me every time, man. The lyrics are, I believe, every day's a good day with your paint, or something like that. And it's just like, by the end, it's just, oh, man. Yep. All right. So the plan for this little thing here is to color in parts of it and, kind of, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go like this right here. And like this, and I probably should plan this out beforehand so that I don't get to the end and have like a little section that's not very well done. And so you go every other, shade that in. And then what she did she also had little like spikes, I guess you would call them, that just, I think they look awesome. So I'll do some of those like that. That one needs to be bigger. And yeah, I just thought it looked super cool. So I'm not going to do all this now, but I'll do enough to give you kind of a feel for it. I didn't think I was going to be doing this compass rose so much, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I did want to show you guys. I hear a crying child upstairs, but I told my wife, not tonight, not me. Anyway, do that all the way around. Oh man, it looks, getting tongue tied again. Looks really cool. And I think I'm just gonna add a little more detail, like do another just very fine ring around here. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So compass roses are something that can be kind of fun. I'm gonna switch the camera back to me. It's gonna be shaky. Take a few more questions. Other videos that I'm planning to do, I guess I can give you guys who are here a sneak peek. Bye guys, bye Ty. Oh wait, maybe Ty's not leaving. Alec, whoever. The couple of videos, I talked about just how to play D&D. Those videos have been really popular, and I kind of knew they would be, and I kind of just felt like there was a market for that sort of thing, and I felt like no one's really teaching people how to play D&D and like giving them like, here's an example, right? It's easy to talk at a screen, but like let's actually play it. And so I wanted to do that, and I did it, and I feel okay about it. I mean, there's ways in which it could have been better, but session 3 I've been planning to do, and I was like, June was going to be the month for how to play D&D part 3. And yeah, it just it didn't happen. And then July went by. I was on vacation for most of July, and then August was going to be it. And now it's September, and I still haven't done it. And I've been chipping away here and there, but it's a lot of work. And yeah, the next one is going to be a magic user. It is going to be a wizard. Someone said maybe you can do a wizard and a cleric, and it's like, no, I have to keep these short, and it's just an example. It's not actually going to be, showing you. I'm not going to tell you all the rules for magic. That would take way too long, right? Read the book. But yeah, it's got to be just an example. Hey, here's an example of a magic user doing their thing in D&D. So yeah, and I totally agree that swag. I think playing a game is the best way to learn. Absolutely. That's what I say at the beginning of those videos. Hey, if you're wanting to learn how to play, the best thing to do is to show up and learn. Show up with an open mind. And if you have a good DM who can teach you, great. But for those people who are sitting at home, nervous about their first time playing, freaking out, like, I don't know how to play, that's kind of who I made those videos for. Or for a DM who is like wanting to introduce their friends to it, or someone who's not quite sure if they want to play D&D because they don't know what it is. That's kind of why I made those videos. So yeah, but ideally, if you know you want to play, show up. You don't even need anything. Usually they have dice for you, everything, and then if you like it, then learn. Do your DM a favor and learn some of the basics and know your character sheet and all that stuff. But yeah, at first, yeah, hopefully you have a good DM who can teach you. All right, I'll take a few more questions, and then I think we'll maybe end this thing in about 10 minutes here. Okay, this is from Flagnar. I recently started DMing, and I seem to have trouble finding a balance between narrating and giving my players info and just sitting back and letting them problem solve. Any advice for a new DM? Well, I think it's definitely easy to over narrate at times. And I think that sometimes you just have to give them bit by bit. And yeah, I think that you should, don't give too much away at the first. And then if it looks like they're struggling, you can, make an intelligence check and, give them little bits here and there. But in terms of description is good, but keep it brief. I think that Yeah, I remember hearing something, I think it was from Alex, Captain Gothnog, on the Roll Up and Die podcast that, he just had some good thoughts on, it might have been in response to a question like this, actually. How much do I describe? And yeah, just give them a couple senses: sight, smell, sound. And yeah, and Ben, narrative level depends on the people playing. Benjamin Fisher, yeah, agreed, man. Some people are into that. My 6-year-old son, I try to be descriptive. He's like, Dad, when am I going to kill something? It's like, all right, fine. I need to get a real gaming group. But no, it's all good. Let's see. Ambrose Brown, I was asking if you like playing Drow because they're unique and amazing. Yeah, Drow, I've never played a Drow. Haven't played that many role-playing game characters, but I'm thinking about running a one-shot sometime that's all Drow, because I got that Out of the Abyss module, and I really do like the culture of the Drow in Forgotten Realms, and just like it's a matriarchal society, and just like, man, all the backstabbing and subterfuge, and it's crazy. I love it. So yeah, it would be cool to run a game with all Drow. I think it would be not a campaign, just a one shot probably. But they're generally evil, and then if you make one that's not evil, then everyone's gonna tell you a Drizzt wannabe. Drizzed, not Drizzit, Drizzed. All right. Favorite type and color of dragon? I'm a fan of the classic red dragon, but black dragons are pretty cool too. That was the first dragon I ever ran a game with, because it was, and the only dragon I've ever ran a game with, because it's, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I looked at the comments. Distracted easily. Oh, because it's in the Pathfinder beginner box. Yeah. Oh, this is a good question. I like this one. 3-Dex Rogue. A lot of people seem to do either purely modules, rarely diving into homebrew, while others tend to do purely homebrew, barely even looking the way of a module, or have never purchased one. Why do you think people heavily lean to one only? Yeah, that's. I think part of it has to do with control. Some people want all the control, right? And they want to be in control of every little detail. And so to run something in a world that's not theirs, it just doesn't make sense, right? They couldn't do that. They wouldn't want to. They wouldn't enjoy it. But I also think part of it is creativity. That if you enjoy, if you have an inclination toward writing in the first place, you've thought about like writing a novel, a script for a movie, whatever, then I think you're probably the type of person that wants to write your own campaigns and worlds, right? And you wouldn't want to stick to a script so much. But I think that there's lots of creative people who run modules. Yeah, I'm not saying like if you run a module, you must not be very creative. No, I don't think that. I'm torn. Like I kind of want to run modules sometimes, but I also want to push myself to be more creative. So if I run a campaign, it probably won't be a module, but I was running Rise of the Rune Lords up there behind me for a while, and that game kind of fell apart, but I'd probably still be running it, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. Yeah, but I also think that there are people with Pathfinder especially, I think there are people who want to, who really want to like get everything. So there are people who will they'll play every week. They might play 2 games a week. They're going to get every single adventure path. Like they're subscribers, and Pathfinder really capitalizes on that well. And yeah, I think that it would be hard for me to do that and just swallow whatever they're feeding me. But some people really like that, and they are fairly well done. So yeah, Benjamin Fisher. I buy modules and never run them. That's kind of where I'm at. I want to read more of Rise of the Rune Lords, even though I don't really plan to run it. But I've looked at Out of the Abyss a lot and got a lot of inspiration from there already. So yeah. What game were you guys talking about here? Best magic system ever? Help me out here. Underdark. Yeah, I can't tell what game you guys are talking about, but let me know in the chat. Or maybe you're just talking about the Drow. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what else we got. A couple more here. On platforms for video games, Matt Brady was asking, I just do PC these days. I do have a PS3 and an Xbox 360 and a Wii and a bunch of old retro stuff, Atari and all kinds of stuff, because I teach a class on video game history, just a little 3-week winterim class. But I'm mostly into the PC these days. I've thought about getting a PS4 and Xbox One, and I probably will sometime in the next year and a half, maybe. We'll see. There's got to be a couple games that really want to draw me in there. Oh, World of Darkness RPG. Thank you, Mark. That's what you guys were talking about, I assume. Yep. And Mage and World of Darkness. Yep, cool. Yeah, so you guys are talking about magic systems. And I think Benjamin, maybe you're asking, when's my next RPG related video? I don't know. I don't have one coming out this week, probably, because I spend a good, I don't know, a lot of times it takes me like 3 hours to film a video, and it takes me, 5-6 hours to edit, depending on the video. Like one of my mapping videos, for example, I spend a lot of time on it. And so I might have one come out this week, but it probably wouldn't be one of the mapping ones. It definitely wouldn't be How to Play D&D Part 3. Though maybe I'll work on that a little bit tomorrow, as my son is homesick with me. We'll see. That's the thing. I'm sick as a teacher. I still have to work, basically, because I got to get sub plans ready and all this stuff. And I'm still got to teach the next day. So there's always stuff to do. What was I talking about, though? Lost my train of thought. So we were talking about not sure if I'm going to have a video this week. Oh, yeah, I do have. I'm hoping to write an article or do a video on magic systems in role-playing games, and how I really feel like D&D is cool, and I'm glad they give options, and I don't really want to limit my players. But I think that it bugs me that there's such a wide variety of ways that magic can work. And I like the idea of kind of a way or two. That's, so I'm reading the Wheel of Time, and they have the Aes Sedai, and the male magic users are pretty much extinct, right? And that side of the male half has been corrupted, and the Aes Sedai, pretty much they're all the same, right? It's just like, there's one way that magic works. I mean, they have specialties kind of, but there's pretty much one way that magic works. They don't even call it magic. They call it the one power. So I'm attracted to that idea. And so I've thought about running a campaign that's like in a world where bards are the only magic users. The only magic is via song. And part of that is inspired by the Song of Albion trilogy by Stephen Lawhead, which is one of my favorite fantasy series. It's very low fantasy. And again, maybe that's part of it too. I tend to be attracted to low fantasy. So freeform magic. Yeah. Let's see. I want to play with my what system do I use when gaming with my son? I use Hero Kids right now. I have used Pathfinder. I think I might have used 5e once. Last time I played with my son and a neighbor girl, Hero Kids, and it went well. It's just a super simple system. But D&D could work, or Homebrew. I'm going to be running a panel on it for Brigade Con. I'm wearing my Brigade Con shirt, and I think this is where I'm going to end it, guys, actually. Oh, Carl, yeah, Deltana. I want to get you guys back together. You guys were an awesome group. Okay, but anyway, Brigade Con. It's coming October 10. Check out brigadecon.org if you don't already know about it. I'm super excited. I'm going to be running a game. I think it might be full already. I'm sorry. I wanted to get the word out, but I didn't really know how people were signing up. So I think it might already be full. So that is going to be something in the, Underdark-ish type stuff, but in my homebrew world. And then I'm also going to be hosting a panel that is going to be on gaming with young kids. So yeah, that should be cool. And I've got some other guests, Keith Hershey, Ian Christensen, and a guy named James August. I can't remember his name now. Walls. And he is going to be joining. He runs a channel called Living for Crits, and he games with kids quite a bit. I think he's got young kids. And so, yeah, he's got a lot of experience. I don't have a ton, but yeah, that should be cool. BrigadeCon. So brigadecon.org, live games going on. There's going to be a lot of panels, and it's all going to be online on brigadecon.org. You can just tune in, and there's always going to be options. I mean, at any given time, there's going to be like 5-6 games going on and maybe a couple panels. So should be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. brigadecon.org, October 10, 24 hours. And how can I forget? Proceeds go to Child's Play, which is a cool organization. So go to brigadecon.org, make a donation now, get your t-shirts now. I think you can get them. Yes, my D&D class is going to happen, by the way, the tabletop role-playing game class. Anything else I need to tell you? Yeah, I don't think so. Guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. This has been so cool. I'm so glad that you guys decided to join me for this, and you've made it fun. Sorry if I wasn't as responsive as I would like to be in the comments, but I'm trying to juggle the live comments versus the previous comments versus the mapping. And yeah, anyway, I had a great time, and I'm glad many of you did too. And yeah, brigadecon.org, check it out. Check out my website, wasd20.net. And everybody take care. See you soon.